economics, no Rolling Stones, resource and scarcity. Today, from the macro video we did in class in the third quarter, oh my God, the economy is going down, 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 is our Janet Yellen, Nick Gabriel, who's going to look at the suggested rubric for this year's 2014 AP micro exam, micro question number 2. Nick Yellen, go ahead.
Raise Stable hires workers in a perfectly competitive factor market for unskilled labor. A. Using correctly labeled side-by-side graphs for the labor market in Raise Stable, show each of the following. I. The equilibrium wage and the quantity for unskilled labor, labeled WE and WQ respectively. And 2. The wage paid by Raise Stable and the quantity of unskilled labor hired, labeled WR and QR respectively.
Okay, so first we are in a perfectly competitive labor market, so demand is downward sloping for labor while supply is upward sloping. That makes the quantity right here where they intersect, that is WE. And for Raise Stable, they are a wage taker, so therefore their supply of labor equal to their marginal factor cost is going to be at the same level as the market.
Nick, on both axes, can you tell us what does the W stand for? We know that, but what's the W stand for? Could you label the entire axis? Very good. The price of labor, the wage, yeah.
Quantity here. And their demand is equal to their marginal
MRP.
marginal resource product.
B. Is the marginal factor cost of unskilled labor for Raise Stable greater than, less than, or equal to WE? Explain.
So the marginal factor cost is going to be equal to WE for Raise Stable because their MRP and marginal MRP and MFC are intersecting at the same equilibrium as the equilibrium for the unskilled market. Therefore, and that is just because they're a wage taker, being in a perfectly competitive labor market.
Now assume that the government imposes an effective minimum wage for unskilled labor. Show the minimum wage on your graphs in Part A, labeled WMIN.
Okay, so when the government imposes a minimum wage, that means it is a price or wage floor that's set above equilibrium. Therefore, the quantity of labor supplied will be greater than that demand. So this is the quantity supplied right here. And translating that over into Raise Stable, that means there's going to be a new level, new price, marginal factor cost shift up.
That marginal factor cost, Nick, equals the wage, okay?
Right, a new wage in their industry, which will increase.
On the labor market graph in Part A, show the quantity of unskilled labor supplied in the labor market as a result of the minimum wage labeled QS.
There it is right there. As I already explained, the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded at this new price.
I'm not sure if they asked for that, but would that be a labor shortage or a labor surplus?
That would be a labor surplus.
As a result of the new minimum wage, will the marginal revenue product of the last worker hired by Raise Stable increase, decrease, or stay the same?
Now, as seen on this graph, the marginal revenue product of the last worker will increase, and that's due to the law of diminishing marginal returns, because at a higher price and at a lower quantity, the workers are going to be more efficient, and therefore the marginal revenue product will be increased at that quantity.